Hey there, Descendants, my fellow Americans, and people in other countries around the world. How are we all doing today? Hope you're all doing well. And good morning to you all, as it is currently morning here. Today we're going to be continuing my tips and tricks for beginners series on the first Descendant. This is going to be part 4. So let's just get right into it. So the first thing I kind of want to get into for the video here is leveling RK tuning on a base Descendant of it, or yeah, a base version of a Descendant will transfer to the ultimate version of a Descendant. Um, so what this means, for those who might not know, is so firstly, there are two leveling systems for Descendants. It's going to be your Descendant level and your RK tuning right down here. Your unique RK Factor XP, as it's officially called in game. Um, so we're just going to go ahead and head over to RK tuning here. As you can see from my Ultimate Valby, she's only level 9, but I mean, you can see that if you've ever played Diablo or like a game with kind of a skill board, it's kind of similar to that. Like a stat board, it's pretty similar to that. So, you know, but we'll get into that a little bit later in a couple of videos and stuff like that, kind of explain how all that works and like maybe where you should go for each descendant and whatnot. But for right now, as you're leveling up your arcade tuning on the base version of a descendant, the point is that it's just going to simply transfer to the ultimate version of a descendant. Um, I know for a fact that it works before you unlock them, and then as for after you unlock them, well, I mean, I'm sure that you would just level the arcade on the ultimate version of the Descendant. But if you do decide to level it on a base version of a Descendant and then try to transfer it to the ultimate, or not transfer it, but try to see if it works on the ultimate version of a Descendant, I'm not sure if that actually works. I'm sure someone in the comments can let me know. But yeah, so that's kind of the first tip and trick I want to give you guys today. So the second one I want to get into is, okay, so let's go ahead and head over to consumables here. So as a new player, you kind of want to focus on obtaining kind of these, not necessarily the void abyss metal fragments, but these materials right here. These are going to be your best friend when it comes to researching descendants, weapons, stuff like that. Yeah, so the nanopolymers, flectorite, the monomolecular extractor, silicon, compound coating material, the ceramic composite, carbon crystal, shape memory alloy, helium, and reverse charging coils. And these are going to be obtained via munitions boxes, Axion resource caches, which you don't really need to worry about until later, and resource boxes. So they're available in many. They're usually available like individually in different areas. Um, but you just want to go through and like you want to break the munitions boxes and the resource boxes. I showed it off, and I believe it was part 2. The munitions and resource boxes offering all the different materials and stuff like that. So just refer to that video for that. Okay, so the next thing is with the
What do
new
you get when
players.
you mix water and
A question I get a lot is like, which character should I go for? Which weapon I should go for? And the shortest answer, personally and honestly, for me, is go for the one that you think you will like, right? I mean, that's the shortest answer. The long answer is going to be
water
as soon
and
as you hit
fire?
Master Rank 18, go for Serena.
I
I
will
mean,
have
that's
to
just the
say
shortest answer. Um, but before then, I would say Ultimate Bunny's really, really good. I would say Ultimate Frana's really, really good. I would say Ultimate Glaze really good.
Oh, I
Ultimate
have
Blair, like
died.
honestly, the options are kind of endless. But like
So,
my personal
what's my
recommendation
role?
for most players is probably going to be Ultimate Bunny, you know,
Are you
and then probably Ultimate
ready
VS
to
is second, Ultimate
shot?
Frana third, Ultimate Valby fourth, Ultimate Sharon fifth, Ultimate Glaze sixth. Before you hit Master Rank 18, because after you hit Master Rank 18, you can get a lot more stuff in the game. You can get a lot more characters in the game. For mobbing, Inez is super good.
Inez
Still
there.
kind of
How is
undefeated as the
it?
best mobber in the game,
Men think
besides
all
like
breaks are easy.
someone who's cracked the hell out with the Serena. But like Inez is just, I mean, she's a force to be reckoned with, dude. She's really, really good, and she's my second favorite descendant. Um, but yeah, Inez, Ultimate Bunny, Ultimate Freyna, that kind of whole thing. And as for weapons, I would personally say you want to go for the Ancient Knight once you're Master Rank 18. You want to go for the Secret Garden for the speed boost on the course. you want to go for the Thunder Cage. Um, because this is for Bunny. It's specifically made for Bunny. You want to go for the Volsha to break shields. And you can see, where you can find all this stuff under your library here. You can just go to library and go over to weapon, and then you can just click on the weapons that I'm naming here. And you can just look at, let's see here, where is Volsha? So we can see right here. If you need any of these materials, you can just hit acquisition info to see where you need to go to acquire them. That's kind of how that works. So that's kind of my personal recommendation. I'm sure that people in the comments have better recommendations than me, or even more insightful ones. But just for like a beginner kind of thing, it's a pretty good way to get yourself kind of started in the game and stuff like that. Also restored relic. Try to go for that one as well. Um, because I'm sure by now that you guys have hard mode and stuff like that, and most of this stuff I believe can only be obtained in hard mode. Also, so in my last video, I talked about dismantling modules for Kuiper shards. So one of the best ways to get a ton of duplicate modules to dismantle them for Kuiper shards is to either run a Colossi battle over and over and over again. If you can do it yourself, that's really good. That's great. But if you can't and you're struggling a little bit, just partner up with somebody who can. And if you can't find anybody, just ask me. Just drop a comment on my video and say, hey, I want to add you in the game and I want to play the game with you. I need some help. And I'll definitely help you out. I'll give you like 30 to 40 runs of it back to back to back if you have time for it and if you want to do that, and then you'll have a bunch of modules to dismantle for Kuiper. Also, while you're doing this is a really big thing. Also, let's turn that on. So for best in slot for external components, because you're going to farm these while you fight the Colossi, right? You want to go MP recovery in combat, shield recovery in combat, max HP, MP recovery out of combat, max shield, MP recovery modifier, defense, and max MP. So that's going to give you best in slot components. And I mean, you can turn on a save display time too, especially for Nell when you're farming Enlightened Mage. That set for her, which provides 84% to non-attribute skill damage, which is imperative to use on her. It's paramount that you put that on her. Oh, right. I nearly forgot. Okay. All right, let's get into this too. So, we're going to get into some different territory here. So we're going to kind of explain the general baseline of how reactors work and which reactors should go on which descendants. So for Valby, you're going to go with a mixture because she has two skill types. And you want to do fusion and non-attribute skill power boost ratio. Okay, so this is how it works. This is the basics of how reactors work. So mechanics equals tech ability type, mixture equals fusion ability type, phase equals dimension ability type, and singularity equals singular ability type. And the way that you can tell which ability type Descendant has is just going over to Descendant module. I want to go over to the left-hand side where their silhouette is, and you want to hover your cursor slash mouse over their abilities, and you can see right there on the left-hand side to the right, it says fusion. Right here it says dimension. Right here it says dimension, and right here it says fusion. And then this is just their passive skill. So um, so yeah, I mean that's how that works. And then obviously, materialize is going to equal non-attributes. Um, burning is going to equal fire. Frozen is going to equal chill. Tingling is going to equal electric, and toxic is obviously going to equal toxic. So yeah, I mean that's how that works. That's kind of how that's kind of the baseline for it. And when you're farming for reactors, you want to look at the skill power boost ratio section, and you want to go for you want to kind of match it up, right? So obviously you're going to have electric skill power boost for electric, and you're going to have tech skill power boost for Inez, for example, which we can switch to right here just to show that off. Yeah, so you can see electric skill power boost ratio and then tech skill power boost ratio right there, which is definitely what you want for Inez. You want tingling mechanics with these. This is best in slot for Inez. Skill critical crit damage and then tech skill power boost ratio. Absolutely the best one. So while you're here, This is the Enos reactor that you want to get. And while we're here, this is the you want to get the bravery set of the external components for Enos. It's the absolute best one for her, bar none. Um, so yeah, I think that does it for part four, though. I will have a part five out soon, and even sooner than that, I will have a video of me taking down Lava Citadel. So stay tuned for that. Drop a comment down below if you made it all the way to the end. I genuinely hope that this helps you guys out. If you have any questions, just ask me down in the comments down below. I'll do my best to answer them, and if I can't answer them, I'm more than sure that somebody else can. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.